players are a decent player actually. Well, I mean, of course, the Julian is the real hacker of 3T, so he's been hacking for a while, but no one been noticing that. So I guess at some point he will get caught, and everyone will see how he was hacking and what was the hack from. And some actually would say he shared some hacking to Scarlet as well. At some point, he shared the program, but then we never know how is that happening. So at some point, as I've said, we will notice that and we will find out, and he will be caught, just like Fake Murphy. All right. So anyway, in terms of matchup, we have French versus Portuguese. Should be definitely in favor of French, just because French has insane natives, and Portuguese. Well, Portuguese have a nice goons and also the a better better start army for the start fight. But then again, overall French will dominate on this matchup just because of better skirmishers, better melee cavalry, and also better natives. But then aside from that, I was trying to check the map and see what are the treasures, and well, there is one native unit here. Well, Julian is trying to pick it up, and we have one stray dog, one llama, and I guess that's all about it. There is nothing fancy in terms of treasures on this match. And meanwhile, let's check the decks. So Julian is going for double native combat card, just to be as aggressive as possible and also boost those natives as much as possible. He doesn't have the H4 artillery card, which increase the damage of horse artillery by 25%, and I think it applies for Coverain as well, if I'm not mistaken. So he doesn't have that card, but I guess he's trying to play with the natives as much as possible, so that's why he just denied the H4 artillery card, even though it's a really nice card to have. Aside from that, he has all the coin or aka the plantation upgrades in his deck, so that is completely fine. So he won't have any sort of economy issues in long term. And also he's missing the H2 skirmisher HP, but that is not much of a big deal. It should be fine. And also he has 10 infinite Harun and 4 infinite gendarme. And let's move on to Meis deck. He has both of the Explorer card. Definitely you need that if you're playing with Portuguese. This is like one of the, I would say, one of the features of Portuguese, that you will have additional Explorer. And also with this card you will have additional Explorer dog. So basically you will have 9k units tanking into enemy units, so that is quite annoying to deal with. And at the same time, he has actually has pretty much everything as a Portuguese player should have. He's going for 10 infinite musketeer, which is quite nice, especially in a 1v1. In a team game, you could debate between 10 infinite musketeer and 2 infinite Coverain, but then again, in 1v1 you need this. I feel the 10 infinite musketeer is much better than the 2 infinite Coverain. But then aside from that, he also has the 2p, the 10 infinite 2p, and other than that, everything else is pretty standard. So actually, what I expect from Meis to do for this matchup is he should be actually sending his mortar card early and try to use his start army that he has with Portuguese and try to press as hard as possible into French. And since I don't think I see a church card with French, no. So since French also doesn't have church card, their start army will be just a standard 120 pop start army, which is still lower than the Portuguese start army. So by right, if you play it right with Portuguese, you should be able to control the start fight. But then we will see what Meis will do in terms of the starting unit composition, and we will see what he will do later. Alright, and also, meanwhile, let's move on to the cards. So we have, firstly, we have Meis, the Count himself. So he's sitting there with the booming of 8 out of 10, art macro 8 out of 10. He's, I would say, a one-trick pony with Portuguese. It's his comfort civ. So that's why I'm not sure if you guys know him or not, but for those who might have seen him recently, and the reason you might ask why he plays Portuguese that often, just because he feels like super comfortable with them. So that is the reason. And position and micro, 7 out of 10, creativity 7 out of 10, splitting abilities 7 out of 10, low risk handling 8 out of 10, sorry, and pushing skill 7 out of 10, and consistency 6 out of 10, just because sometimes he plays, I would say, really bad. And also he's like on the edge of the knife. If you do something to tilt him, he will be tilted as hell. So that is why I guess his consistency is 6 out of 10. But other than that, he's a really nice player. So you should be careful if you're going against him. So let's just get back to the game and let's see how this will goes. Skip the boom. I cannot, well, Momo, I'm sorry, I cannot drag the video up to the fighting part. We have to ask the developers to apply that feature. But yeah, for the time being, there is no such thing that as skipping the boom. So it is on double speed and we just have to wait it out. Decent. Julian is Floco. Mind blown. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, wait, I didn't show you the main hacker card. I think for some reason I forgot. So now, also, we have the biggest hacker inside AOE 3 treaty, the sweatiest tryhard ever. So we have everything on him, 10 out of 10, just because he's trying to, well, not trying, he's hacking in everything. So he has double decking hacking, which, well, from next patch onward, he won't be able to use that anymore. So I suppose from next patch onward, Julian booming will be dropped to 7 out of 10. Artillery micro and unit composition, position and micro, creativity, splitting ability, low risk handling, pushing skill, and consistency is just because of the hacking. So all of these have their own unique hack. So we just have to wait and hope that the developers will find this hacker and also execute him. And hopefully, after that, all of these scores will be dropped to either 7 or 5 or even 1 for some of them. All right. All right. Next patch, removing control groups from the game. Nah, that is not the thing. Well, Rancor, it's once again, it seems like you're outdated in terms of the news that we have. So recently we found that Fake Murphy was using double decking. What it means you can basically send any card twice. So that is what it was happening. So basically, you can even have four factories. You can have uh, like you can stack this maybe a trillion time and have a free gendarme. I bet Doggy would love that. But yeah, that was something that was it was more or less like a glitch that was inside DE, but then we found it and then also reported it. So from next patch onward, no one can possibly do that anymore. But yeah, that is what it was happening. That Floco rating is from Nick. Oh, really? Floco didn't rate himself? Okay, interesting. How is this? How would he still manage to lose everything? Uh, are you saying? Are you talking about Morphe or what? All right. Oh yeah. Well, Momo, I think already gave you the answer, but yeah. So we are still in the booming phase. I guess meanwhile we can just check the scouting on each side. And then as you can see, Julian actually made a really nice scouting. He also has one, he's having his native scout that he gets with French inside Meis economy. So he basically knows what's going on inside the Meis economy completely. And with for like whatever is outside, he's trying to scout it with his explorer. So I guess he will know what's going on completely, so that won't be any issue. So it's a really nice scouting actually. To be fair, it's kind of nice to have one of these on your match and then just leave it inside the enemy's economy and then make sure you will kill it before the fight start as well. So you can just check everything and see what's going on inside your enemy's eco. And in terms of scouting for Meis, we have, well, again, we have everything. So he has done a really decent job in terms of scouting. Factories placement, walls, military buildings, just missing some scouting on this part. I'm pretty sure if he walked with his mortars into natives, he will see that. And it seems like he's doing that already. Alright, so he's scouting that already, and meanwhile, let's see what's going on inside the chat. Alright, well, I took a drink and now I feel fresh. Once again, I say casting solo is really tiring just because constantly you have to talk alone and then uh, basically it will drain the hell out of you. And actually, one thing while I was just drinking, I noticed this is a really bad placement for the plantation. Oops, sorry. for the plantation, just because of, did you see that villager pathing? You just walk to this spot and then turn back to that position. Since basically this area of the plantation is just blocked by the trees, so this will happen quite a lot by the villager. So as you see, this villager just took 2 complete turns until, and now it's the 3rd turn. I'm not sure if he will ever stop. Okay, he has stopped. So after 3 turns, he decided to stop. So usually try to place the plantations in a, or even the meals in a clear spot, so your units won't be just turning all around and doing dances. Dennis, thanks for the raid. I really appreciate it. Much love. Which games are? Yeah, definitely. Screw you too, waifu. By the way, waifu, are you taking over after this game? I mean, you can cast my game versus Killa, and then after that game. No, what do you mean? Ah, you lazy. Damn you. Yeah, of course he did it. He knew this is treaty. Dennis is trying to be a treaty player. Amazing. That is what you want. Moving from supremacy to treaty. Lovely. Alrighty. I swear there is something wrong with these speeds. So when you put it on triple, it's going awkwardly slower, and double speed is like this, and then the normal speed is like this. It's kind of awkward to have it like this. I hope it is fixed on next patch as well. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I just hope it is. Alright, let's skip to the fight. As if it is in my control. Momo. See you in 5 minutes. Yeah, definitely. We'll see you soon. So, well, one more thing we can say and discuss while we are waiting. In terms of the cards that they have sent on each side, so Meis is... It seems like he's going for... Well, he has sent all of his training card. Did he send the overpass? Nope. He's still trying to scout Julian's army and then trying to see what is going on. And then after that, he will train his units and we'll have an additional card to send. And I guess after that, we will see what he will send. But most probably, he will either go for the gunpowder infantry combat or even for the ranged mortar. We will see what he will do. And also, let's check Julian actually. So Julian is already on 178 population. Do you even use goons in treaty? Yeah, of course we use goons in treaty. Well, Portuguese have one of the best goons inside the game, so if you don't use goons with Portuguese, you're just out of your mind. But yeah, definitely we use goons. I mean, for a civ like Russia or Ottoman, where your goon type unit is just kind of useless, you try to avoid it as much as possible. But for a civ like French, Portuguese, what else I can mention? Mexico's goons are pretty nice as well. So for these saves that have like, let me adjust it actually. For this save like that have gunpowder goon, they are really useful actually. And after that, well, I can mention like the Ethiopian Gun type unit, which is the Javelin Rider, is also a really nice gun as well. But of course, yeah, we will use guns quite a lot. If we are, I mean, if we have to, not when it's not necessary. And actually, Julian has these militmen stuck here. I'm not sure if he will notice that or not. Yeah, he noticed it. Nice. So he's splitting his units. 5 gendarmes here with 20 musketeers. So he's trying to go for a Husk Musk combo. Well, I mean, for this case, is gendarme. So let me pause at... Alright, so we pause at this point, and to be fair, okay, this is what I was talking about. I don't know why Meis is just going for the center completely, and I feel he has way too many anti-cav units. As you can see, he has 10 goons. Well, for your case, Joe, you were asking as well. So he has 10 goons for his start army, 62 musketeers, and also he gets the Black Rider, of course, for the church overprob. And I don't know why he actually went for the start fight. Maybe, I mean, of course, with these mortars, you are expecting him to just go and try to push through the center, but he definitely didn't scout the natives at all, and he didn't check that Julian is going for the natives with these units. So if he did, he would have definitely tried to stop that. I don't know why he made that decision, but right now, even though he's trying to push with 8 mortars, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 8 mortars toward the center, but still, this is quite a lot of siege until he reached to the eco walls. But meanwhile, he's getting flanked by the side and also into natives, which this push is actually more dangerous than this, because this is into your natives and you do not want to lose your natives at all costs. And I don't know, I wish at least these were also inside natives and trying to defend. At least you should have some units inside natives. I don't know why he didn't have. This was, I don't know, rather questionable decision by Meis. Anyway, let's just get started. So Julian is already walking with the units inside native to deny Meis from making the walls, but well, this space is still open between the trees, and at the same time Meis is trying to apply pressure at the center, which is nice with these mortars. And actually these will be picked off probably. No. Well, never mind. I think Julian just right-clicked the gendarmes into this spot, so that's why they just died instantly. And alright, so one of the native settlements by Meis was just executed instantly, so one of them is down, and the other one should be going down as well, since he has one mortar there and also some gendarme. So even though if Meis just spam natives instantly to kill the cavalry, the mortar will still do the job by denying the other native posts. And meanwhile, he's trying to apply pressure into the center. I actually wish he was going for these walls rather than the central one, just because these batch of trees just sitting here and it will block the unit pathing. But these are a lot of units, and also he has still 7 militiamen, which is blocking 7 population. They should have been dead, or at least he should have just killed them. And as you can see, Julian is already taking the control over natives, and it doesn't seem like Meis can do anything about it. So this one should be down. Yeah, it is down. So Meis only managed to get the training upgrade from the native settlement, and now He's still trying to apply pressure at the center, and he made a will delete actually. That is a really aggressive move actually. Julian is still on full villager population. Meis is on 37 villager, and he's trying to push the center as hard as possible. But then Julian has tons of native units inside Meis native, and also trying to pull up a tower. Well, not one, well, few towers, and also trying to move on with the mortar as well to try to snipe the building. And alright, so seems like Meis' plan is just to commit completely over the center and try to apply as much pressure at the center, and hopefully he was planning to get into the economy. He's already breaking in almost. He's just one layer into economy, but then all those batch of native units are just coming in. So Julian is having 4 native units. Will be just really hard to deal with, especially on French, where you have all these native upgrades to boost your native units. So their stats will be boosted in a second. So there we go. And well, by the way, Joe, once again, these are your dragons. So 13 dragon. I hope it's more than enough for you to see, and also more from this side. Okay, so there we go. That was a rather quick game. I guess it was just I don't know, I would say bad decision by Meis. It was a nice aggressive push, but then he lost his natives just because of that easily. And when you lose like 4 natives, especially on a civ like French where they have sick native units, that will be a really risky move to do. He still actually had plenty of resources to spend, but then again, since he lost the natives, it would have been really hard to get it back at this point. Because he also had no military building nearby. As you can see, it's just these building. The nearest artillery foundry is... Wait, he doesn't have... well, the nearest is here, or even this one, or this one. So it was a dead position, I would say, at this point. Next person versus Flocom must mosque box for the lose. Maybe you can do that with Russia. You send the Rusnak card as well, just the mosque or even halberdier box and siege through the side or even the center. The lower bracket gives a second chance. Yeah, exactly. Portrait. Yeah, definitely. So it was again, it was a real quick game. So again, it was nice to watch. So let's just check the military stat because we already saw the score. So there's no point. So in terms of KD, Julian just had a superb advantage actually. And well, Meis was just aiming at the walls with the mortar, so definitely had more building raised. But yeah, it could have been a better match if Meis went with better decision, but then again, it